Commander Vax stared through the viewport at the blue-green planet below, a sinking feeling in his gut. Earth. Home to the peculiar species known as humans. His orders were simple. Observe, but do not engage. Every spacefaring race knew the protocol. Status. Report, he demanded, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence as he surveyed the bridge. Lieutenant Mira glanced up from her console. Sir, the Triumvirate fleet has breached Earth's outer atmosphere. 17 capital ships, all weapons hot. Vax's scales rippled with concern. The Triumvirate, a coalition of the 3 most aggressive species in the sector, had clearly missed the memo. Or worse, chosen to ignore it. Those fools, he whispered. Don't they know what they're doing? The galaxy had learned long ago to give Earth a wide berth. Not because humans were particularly advanced, they weren't. Their technology was laughably primitive compared to most spacefaring civilizations. They hadn't even colonized their own solar system properly yet. No, the warning was about something else entirely. Sir, Mira's voice cracked, the Triumvirate is broadcasting their demands planet-wide. They're waking the humans. Vax closed his eyes briefly. May the void have mercy on them. Admiral Krell of the Triumvirate flagship, Inevitable. Victory felt nothing but contempt as he broadcast his message to the primitive planet below. Humans of Earth. His translator converted his clicks and hisses into their crude language. Your planet contains resources valuable to the Triumvirate Alliance. Surrender immediately and prepare for occupation. Resistance is futile against our superior technology. His second-in-command, General Draz, approached cautiously. Admiral, our intelligence suggests this planet is under some kind of protection. Order. Perhaps we should... Protection? Krell scoffed. Look at their defenses. Primitive satellites, a handful of chemical rockets. They can't even detect our ships properly. The galaxy coddles these weaklings for no reason. But sir, the warning specifically mentioned not to. I don't care what superstitious nonsense other species believe, Krell interrupted. This planet will be ours by daybreak. Tom Miller was sound asleep when the emergency broadcast signal blared through his phone. Groggily, he fumbled for it, expecting another storm warning or amber alert. Instead, the screen showed a creature that looked like a cross between a scorpion and an octopus, speaking in surprisingly good English about surrender and occupation. What the hell? He muttered, assuming it was some kind of prank or movie promotion. But, as military jets screamed overhead and his phone exploded with notifications, reality sank in. This was happening. Aliens were real, and they were here, not to make friends. Tom felt something stirring inside him. Not fear, as one might expect, but something else. Something primal and electric that made his hands steady and his mind sharpen. Similar scenes played out across the globe as humanity collectively woke from its slumber. Sir, human military responses are unusual, reported a confused Triumvirate analyst. Explain, demanded Admiral Krell. They're not panicking. Their communications should be chaotic, but they're becoming more organized by the minute, and their military units are converging with surprising coordination. Of course they are, Krell dismissed. Their leadership is attempting to mount a defense. Deploy the first wave. Commander Vax watched in grim fascination as the Triumvirate ships began their assault. His science officer approached with a data tablet. Commander, I've been monitoring human neural patterns planet-wide. You need to see this. The display showed a rapidly changing graph, with billions of individual readings merging into a synchronized pattern. It's starting, Vax murmured. They're waking up. Every species in the galaxy evolved differently. Some developed advanced technology, others telepathy or extraordinary physical abilities. Humans had developed something else, something that only manifested when they were threatened as a species. They called it adrenaline. The galaxy called it the awakening. The first wave of Triumvirate forces met unexpected resistance. Human militaries, rather than fragmenting along national lines, coordinated seamlessly. Civilian populations didn't panic but organized with startling efficiency. Within hours, Previously competing nations pooled their resources and intelligence. Impossible, Krell hissed as reports of defeated ground forces flooded in. They're primitives! Sir, General Draz insisted, we should retreat and reassess. The humans are displaying capabilities not in our intelligence reports. Krell slammed his appendage against his command console. No, double the assault. They cannot withstand our superior firepower. Tom found himself at a makeshift command center that had been a community college yesterday. Something had changed in him, in everyone. People moved with purpose, minds clear, fear replaced by focus. Strangers worked together without question, each somehow knowing what needed to be done. They've landed forces in major cities across the globe, announced a former military analyst. But they didn't account for our subway systems, sewer networks, or building density. Urban warfare, Tom nodded, suddenly understanding tactics he'd never studied. They're fighting on our turf now. Commander Vax's communications officer turned from her station. Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the Triumvirate flagship. They're requesting assistance, Vax almost laughed. Put it through. Admiral Krell's image appeared, his exoskeleton cracked in command center in disarray. This is impossible. They were sleeping. They were primitive. You woke them up, Vax stated simply. The rule was clear. We've lost 6 capital ships. Their technology is evolving hourly. They've already adapted our shield frequencies and weapon systems. They're in our computer networks. Vax nodded solemnly. Humans don't just fight wars, Admiral. They transform during them. Every other species evolves over millennia. Humans evolve over weekends when properly motivated. Help us retreat. They're pursuing our ships beyond their atmosphere now, Vax. Cut the transmission and turn to his crew. Set course away from Earth. Standard observation distance. Aren't we going to help the Triumvirate? Mira asked. No, Vax replied, watching as human ships, cobbled together from their own technology and salvaged alien parts, began to rise from the planet's surface in pursuit of the fleeing invaders. The rule exists for a reason. Let the humans sleep because you really don't want to see them when they're fully awake. As his ship accelerated to safe distance, Vax made a note to update the galactic warning. Humans don't just wake up angry. They wake up innovative. And that was far more terrifying than any weapon the galaxy had yet seen.